This story is about the true missing persons case of Wanda Jean Mays, one of the missing 411. The year is 1986. Think about a peaceful mountain in a place called Guntersville, Alabama. On this mountain lived a lady named Wanda Jean Mays. Life was simple and calm for her until one night. Suddenly, Wanda was gone. No one saw her again. This was a strange puzzle that left people guessing for a long time. One evening, Wanda was at her aunt and uncle's house. They lived by a pretty lake called Guntersville Lake. Wanda decided to stay the night there after a lovely meal with her parents. She didn't want to drive back to her flat alone. But no one knew that it would be the last time they saw her alive. The next morning, a surprise awaited Wanda's aunt and uncle. Wanda's room was empty. The bed was neat, like no one had slept in it. The window was broken from the inside, and there were blood spots on the broken glass. Wanda was nowhere to be seen. Her clothes and things were still in the room. Her nightgown was found near the lake, stained with blood. There was also a canoe on the lake with blood in it. But Wanda was gone. Even though many people searched for her, they couldn't find any clue about Wanda. The canoe on the lake only made the puzzle bigger. Tests proved that the blood in the canoe was Wanda's, but nobody knew how it got there. News of Wanda's disappearance spread everywhere. The case was so strange that it was shown 2 times on the famous TV show, Unsolved Mysteries. The question of what happened to Wanda Jean Mays left people all over the country thinking and wondering. Years went by, and there were no clues about Wanda. The case became a forgotten mystery. One day, in 2003, a man walking in the woods found some human bones at the bottom of a high cliff. The cliff was about 1.8 miles from Wanda's aunt and uncle's house. The cliff was very steep, dropping 150 feet straight down, and the finding of bones there was a shocking surprise. 5 years later, in 2008, tests proved that the bones were Wanda Jean Mays' bones. This news came from a famous lab called the Federal Bureau of Investigation's laboratory in Quantico, Virginia. After many years, Wanda's family finally knew what had happened to her. But one question remained. What led Wanda to her sad end? The Maine police officer in Marshall County, Sheriff Scott Walls, said officially that Wanda's death was an accident. He thought that Wanda had fallen from the cliff by accident. He didn't think anyone hurt her on purpose. John Mays, one of Wanda's brothers, agreed with this idea. He said that Wanda sometimes had scary moments of panic out of the blue. This could have led her to walk off and fall off the cliff by accident. But this did not explain the bloody canoe or why Wanda's room had been locked from the inside. There were still many questions with no answers. The tale of Wanda Jean Mays is a scary lesson about how life can change suddenly. A regular family dinner turned into a strange disappearance that left the whole country guessing for years. Her tale, once a mystery without answers, is now a sad story of a life that ended in a very confusing way. Although we now know a bit about what happened to Wanda Jean Mays, there are still many questions without answers. Why did she wander off that night? Why was there blood in the canoe? Why was her room locked from the inside? Even after so many years, these questions are still in the minds of the people who knew her and the people who followed her tale. They are a sign of the mystery that still surrounds her fate. Want to see more scary stories? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more spooky tales.